Democrats. And what is the message? It's one thing to say, see what President Trump's policies are doing. It's another to present a clear and motivating vision for people to choose Democrats in the next election.
Yeah, the congressman is right. I mean, this economy, it's a bloodbath. You've got $1.2 trillion in credit card debt that people are now relying on because they have no money, and they're using that to pay for groceries and everything else. And Democrats have to answer that with a message. Just like Republicans had the contract with America in the 90s, Democrats should create their own. They should say, this is how we're going to improve your lives.
What kind of options could they offer Americans? Because I think back to the campaign, President Trump was like, we're going to get rid of taxes on tips and overtime. We're going to, reduce, we're going to have the tariffs. And so he's given like specific things that he planned to do, and he's doing it.
So I'm a big fan, actually, so Trump has this tax, which he calls tariffs, right? We should, for instance, give a rebate check to every middle-class American using that money from those tariffs. It could be $10,000, it could be $5,000, but Democrats should say, we're mailing a check to everyone's house using the money from these tariffs that Trump put in place. That would be one thing that helps everyone. I think looking at the economy, there's 7 million people that are unemployed. That in part is due to the tariffs, again, because if companies have to pay these tariff fees, that's less money on their balance sheet they could be using to hire people. Again, Democrats can't just say Trump is doing a terrible job, which he is. They have to lay out a plan. And I think they're working on that, and I think they'll get there. But just like the contract with America in the 90s, that's what the Democrats need here.
Michael, this is a local race. Why does the president care so much about it?
He has no idea what he's talking about. First of all, he clearly doesn't know the difference between a communist and a socialist, which is interesting. I also argue that Donald Trump himself is a socialist, based on the fact that the definition is government investment and control of private companies. His 10% investment in the chip maker, for instance, using taxpayer dollars, is the definition of socialism. His racket that he set up where the government gets 15% of chip sales to China and other countries, that again is not capitalism. And so what's interesting about Donald Trump calling people communists and socialists is that his own policies are very socialist. And Democrats shouldn't be afraid of having that conversation and making that case. That is not capitalism. That is not free market capitalism. That is socialism. In fact, including, by the way, these billions of dollars he's given to farmers over the years because of his failed policies. That, again, is not capitalism. So let's have this conversation about socialism, because Republicans and Donald Trump would fail every single time if Democrats push that message.